If you ever go on a blind date and the place is too quiet, leave. Don't finish the drink, don't wait for dessert, and whatever you do, don't stay past midnight. It's been 3 years. I still wake up some nights hearing his voice, calm, polite, hungry. I met Daniel on a dating app. He didn't flirt, he didn't send emojis, he didn't ask for selfies. He asked things like, "Do you believe some places remember people?" I thought it was poetic. We talked for a week. He seemed thoughtful, old-fashioned. When he asked me out for Valentine's Day, he said, "I'd like to take you somewhere meaningful, the Ashford Grand. Historic, recently reopened, romantic." I said yes. That was my mistake. The night of February 14th was cold and unnaturally still. When I pulled up to the Ashford Grand, my headlights swept across tall white pillars and glowing windows. But there were no other cars, no valet, no music spilling outside, just silence. Daniel stood at the top of the steps. Black suit, no coat, perfectly still. He smiled when he saw me. "You came." His voice was soft. His hand, when he took mine, was ice cold. "Forgot your jacket?" I joked. "I don't feel the cold much anymore," he replied. Something about the way he said "anymore" made my stomach tighten. Inside, the restaurant looked beautiful. Candlelight, crystal chandelier, red velvet curtains. But the air felt heavy. People were seated at tables, but no one was talking. No laughter, no clinking glasses, just the faint sound of cutlery touching plates. The maitre d', thin, pale, silver hair slicked back, looked up as we approached. His eyes locked on Daniel first, then on me. His face drained of color. "You've brought someone," he said quietly. "Yes," Daniel answered. The man swallowed. He leaned slightly toward me and whispered, "You're the first living date he's brought in 30 years. I let out a nervous laugh. "That's dark." The maitre d' didn't smile. Daniel squeezed my hand. "Thomas has a strange sense of humor," he said smoothly. But Thomas was still staring at me, like I'd just walked into traffic. At dinner, Daniel barely touched his food. He just watched me eat, not blinking much. "So," I said lightly, "how often do you come here?" "Every year." "Every Valentine's?" "Yes." "Alone?" His lips curved slightly. "Not always." I felt a chill crawl up my spine. I glanced around the room. Every woman was wearing red, the exact shade of my dress, identical, and none of them were speaking. "Why is it so quiet in here?" I asked. Daniel tilted his head. "Is it?" It was, painfully, oppressively quiet. Halfway through dinner, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. "I'm going to freshen up," I said. Daniel's eyes followed me as I stood. "Don't be long," he said gently. It didn't sound like a request. The hallway to the restroom was lined with framed photographs, old events, galas, Valentine's dances. One picture stopped me cold. February 14th, 1993. A man in a black suit standing beside a woman in a red dress. The man was Daniel. Exactly the same. Same face, same hair. No aging. My heart began pounding. "No," I whispered. Next to it was a framed newspaper clipping. "Local man dies in hotel fall. Photo attached. Daniel Harper, pronounced dead at the scene. Date, February 14th, 1993. 30 years ago." I felt the blood drain from my face. A voice behind me made me jump. "You weren't supposed to see that." It was the maitre d'. Up close, he looked exhausted, frightened. "He's dead," I whispered. Thomas nodded slowly. "Yes." My throat tightened. "Then who is—" "He comes back," Thomas interrupted quietly. "Every Valentine's, he brings someone." My stomach flipped. "Why?" Thomas's voice dropped to a whisper. He doesn't like being left. Cold air seemed to crawl down the hallway. If he realizes you know, Thomas said urgently, he won't let you leave, not before midnight. My knees nearly gave out. How do I get out? I whispered. Thomas looked toward the dining room. You must leave before 12, and you must not let him suspect you know. What happens at midnight? His eyes filled with something close to pity. You won't leave at all. I forced myself to breathe. I forced my face back to neutral. When I returned to the table, Daniel smiled warmly. There you are. I sat down. Sorry, long line. He studied me. For a long second. You seem pale. Just hungry, I said with a small laugh. He smiled. Good. Dessert is coming. I checked the time discreetly. 11:41 p.m. Every second felt like a countdown. Dessert arrived. Chocolate cake. My hands trembled as I picked up the fork. You seem distant, Daniel said softly. I'm just tired. Are you afraid of something, Emily? His eyes felt like they were searching inside my skull. No, I smiled. Why would I be? He leaned slightly closer. Because people often become afraid when they realize they cannot leave. My heart nearly stopped. But I laughed. You're dramatic. He smiled. I suppose I am. 11:52 p.m. I needed an exit. Now. I set down my fork. Oh my God, I said suddenly, touching my chest. What is it? Daniel asked sharply. I forgot my medication in my car. His eyes narrowed slightly. Medication? Yeah, I get heart palpitations sometimes. I need to take it regularly. Silence. Then, I can come with you, he said calmly. Panic shot through me. No, it's just in the glove compartment. I'll be 2 minutes. He stood anyway. I insist. My pulse thundered in my ears. We began walking toward the front doors. Each step felt heavier. At 11:56, we reached the entrance. Thomas suddenly stepped in front of us. Sir, Thomas said to Daniel, there's a call for you in the office. Daniel frowned. At this hour? It's urgent. Daniel looked at me. I'll return with you, he said calmly. I forced a smile. Of course. He stepped aside with Thomas. I didn't wait. The moment their backs turned, I pushed through the doors into the freezing air. I ran to my car. My hands were shaking so violently I dropped my purse. I scrambled inside and locked the doors. Through the windshield, I saw Daniel standing in the doorway, talking to Thomas. My heart pounded so loud, I thought it would give me away. My hands fumbled as I jammed them into the ignition. The engine roared up to life. Daniel's head snapped toward me. His face changed. His eyes glowed red, not bright, but burning. His expression twisted into something furious, inhuman. He stepped forward too fast. I slammed the gas. The tires screeched. I didn't look back. I couldn't. I drove as fast as I could, tears blurring my vision, sweat freezing on my skin. My chest hurt. My hands cramped around the steering wheel. When I was far enough away, I made the mistake of glancing in the rearview mirror. The Ashford Grand was gone. No lights, no cars, no restaurant. Just a dark, abandoned building with boarded windows. Condemned. Dead. I drove faster. I never got a message from Daniel. Never a call. Never a text. No proof it happened. Police records confirmed Daniel Harper died in 1993 after falling from the Ashford balcony during a Valentine's argument. The restaurant has been closed for decades. No reopening, no events, nothing. It's been 3 years. I've changed numbers, phones, apartments. Nothing has happened since. But every Valentine's night, around 11:59, I feel it. That heavy, suffocating silence. That sense of being watched. And sometimes, when I pass a mirror, for just a split second, I see someone standing behind me, perfectly still, waiting. I don't go on blind dates anymore, because I learned something that night. Some people don't move on when they die. They wait. And if I had taken one more minute, if I had turned around when I heard my name, I don't think I would be the one telling this story.